This is a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit. We have non-functioning rear license plate light. So there is a little clip on the side here, and you can pull on down on the lights. Same thing on this side. Just use a little flathead screwdriver, and you can slide that down. There is no dedicated fuse for the tail lights, but they are controlled by the body control module, and you are gonna check for F10, F12, and 14 that have the lights. So F10 and F12 are here, which are those two green ones, and F14 is down here, which is this guy here. So I check my three fuses are good. So the connector has a little tab on each side, and then after that you can try to pull it down. So in my case, it was very rusty, and what's often gonna happen is that one of the connector pin is gonna stay inside, the other one is gonna break. So as you can see, there is corrosion and the pin is broken inside. So here, as you can see, the connector even broke with the piece that got stuck on the light. So the connector is not reusable at all. And there is more likely corrosion at the bottom. So the entire wiring harness goes to the inside. If you want to replace those connectors, you can't find the connector by itself. You have to replace the whole harness, which is over $200. So what we're going to try to do here is untwist those cables, cut them off, and do new pins to go in the new lights. So I got those new lights on Amazon, a pack of 2 for about $16. So I got this kit of connectors. So we're gonna try with the smaller ones. As you can see, they have a hole in the middle. So here, yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a winner here. And so here I'm just gonna have to put the new cable in this, and we should be all set. The kit came with the crimpers. Next step is gonna be to cut those 2 wires and crimp the connectors and give it a try. So I'm gonna cut the 2 wires at the base here. I like to use my automatic strippers, but they are not always the most convenient in the tight spot like this. Okay, so since there is not much room, I'm gonna use my smaller wire strippers here. So we're gonna try on the longer one first. It might be easier if I hold this one down like this. There we go. To make sure they don't short, I'm just gonna use a generic heat shrink tubing. There we go. So I'm just gonna leave the tip out. Pushing that down. Okay, so here I've completed also the wire on the other side. So those seems to be connected in series. As soon as I disconnect one, you can see the other one is turning off. So I'm gonna try one way. Yeah, it works, and if I try the other way, yeah, it works too. So it doesn't matter which direction it's connected. So I'm gonna replug that in to seal at the bottom. Since now I don't have a connector that seals, I'm gonna use what's called liquid electrical tape, and I'm gonna pour some at the bottom that will insulate and dry up. It takes 6 to 8 hours for this to dry, so I'll do that in the evening, and it's gonna be ready for the next morning. So here you can see the inside of my connector. I'm just gonna apply it generously in there so that I seal the connector. Wires are really short now, so you might want to do an extension on your wires first, especially on the passenger side. And here, the job is complete. If you like this content, please give us a like and subscribe. Thank you.